People work their whole lives so they can retire and do what they love. I would rather spend my life doing what I love. So while I think that, it's important to obviously generate enough revenue to sustain yourself and build a future of retirement life that you really want to live, and I think that that's important. One of the things that I think I see shifting culturally, and I think it's really important, is this idea that you have to endure this job you despise so that hopefully, you'll live long enough to retire to go and do what you really love. One of the reasons that really troubles me doing the work I do is, that presumes quite frankly, that you're going to live that long. And I'm not trying to be morbid here. I'm just trying to point out that when you're living a life you don't love, it compromises your health and your joy. And when you're doing that year after year, decade after decade for some people, I think that that does something to the human spirit that really damages you. And so that by the time you get to that place where you get to retire, you're no longer in a position, from a health point of view or a spirit point of view to really enjoy or embrace that time. So one of the things I would just encourage all of you to do is really not wait to do what you love. Stop saying someday. Someday could be today. And that's the thing I want you to take away from this whole experience that we're having together right now. I want you to think about the fact that someday could be today. I remember when I first started out, and I want to share this story with you, and I had somebody who became my mentor. He didn't start out as my mentor. And he said to me, you could go and do this on your own. You don't have to work for anybody. You could just go be Anne Marie Hoftailing and people will pay you to do this work. And I left and I thought, sure they will, you crazy ass crack smoker. You're out of your freaking mind. That's not going to happen. And number one, I didn't believe him. And the second thing was I thought, well, maybe someday I could do that. Like one day in the future when I've amassed a certain amount of money or knowledge or experience. And it was all a little bit of kind of, my own fear and my own uncertainty about what I was capable of accomplishing. And so what happened was, as great fortune and luck would have it, I lost my job. And it really opened up the opportunity for me to go off and carve my own path and build my own empire and do my own work. It turned out to be this extraordinary gift to me. And someday became that day. And that's the thing I really want to share with you, that, if you're holding on for someday, it can really degrade your joy and your spirit, and it can really be a heavy, heavy thing, right? And I know some of you right now are watching this, and it's probably a really emotional thing to be feeling what you're feeling and carrying around this weight of this. And what I want to tell you is you can really make that decision, and we're here to support you and give you all the tools and encouragement and love you need to make this happen. And by no means am I saying this that it's easy. It was hard. I mean, it was a lot of hard work. It was sometimes disappointment and struggle, but I'm here. And I would not replace this for anything in the world. It really is spectacular, and I want this for you as well. So I want you to look at all of your deferred dreams, all of the things you're telling yourself you can't do just yet. I want you to list those. Just write them, free write. Write down everything that you're holding off for. I'm going to do video for my website when I lose 30 pounds. You can see that I did not wait. I just started doing this stuff, and you all have been following me and supporting me along the way, and for this, I really deeply thank you. Or you're saying, well, I don't want to start that small business until I know more. Whatever it is, I think that you need to give yourself permission to begin today. There's an incredible amount of freedom if you give yourself that gift. So that is my task for you in the coming week. I want you to list all your dreams deferred, all of the things you've been talking about and waiting to do but have yet to do, and start selecting maybe one of those things you can pursue. It doesn't even have to be a business or money generating thing. It could be something that just really feeds your soul, to paint or write, or, a lot of you think, oh, I have this book inside of me. Someday I'll write it. Why are you waiting for someday? We all don't know if we're going to get someday, so why don't you try today? I hope that you are really enjoying the time that we're spending together, and my ask for you is that you share this with everyone else. So please go out on social media, tell your friends about us so that we can really grow this community and create greater contribution and lift as we rise in an actionable way and change more lives. Because what we know from doing this work is when women do better, their families do better, their communities do better, and the world does better. Thank you.